discussing the What About the Boys Empowerment session organized by Gia Mufukeng, author of Kidiboni, Pain to Purpose. In collaboration with OKOF SA, I am joined by Her Excellency Aysegul Kandas, who is the manager of the OKOF SA Women's Fund and representative of OKOF SA. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much. Selamun alaikum. Can you hear me now?
Nice and clearly and better than before. But my first question to you
Perfect.
tonight is, can you tell us more about the empowerment session? What about the boys and how it aligns with the mission as well as the goals of OKOF SA?
Yes, actually, maybe you will remember when I was still the ambassador of Turkey to South Africa, I I had gone more than a year ago onto INX TV for a pledge of a pledge for AFCAF, TV pledge for AFCAF SA. More than a year ago, we were on your show live where I announced that I wanted to establish a women's fund under AFCAF SA with my own funds. So the journey started like that when I was still, when I had a different position here. And then, as the first project last year under the Women's Fund, I came up with What About the Boys project. I stole the name from a company called Prime Star and then the presidency, because the presidency came up also with this program, What About the Boys? They have been a little bit neglected, the boy child. So we want to listen to the boys, talk to the boys. It's a drive to kind of contribute to ending GBV in this country. We need to talk to the boys when they are still young. That's why we are going to the schools, township schools, and I have a nice group of volunteer speakers and experts. This is how we do it.
Now, I know with regards to the event, there will be several experts addressing important topics like that of self improvement, leadership skills, self love, mental health, and also business development. Now, with these important topics during the session, could you give us a glimpse into who these speakers are, if you may?
Yes, thank you. So these are the speakers that have been MCs or speakers at different events that I organized as the ambassador at my residence, for instance. These are the people that I met along the way from NGOs and different walks of life, whom I had a working relationship with, and a relationship actually of trust developed between us. So when I asked them to join me in this project, which I kind of call it like the community of goodness, we want to spread this community of goodness by bringing in more sponsors and partners and encouraging and inspiring others to do the same and to reach out to the boys. So these are, for instance, let's say an NGO that has been working in the field of drug abuse. When we go to a school, we partner with the principal, and the principal says, for instance, the number one problem the boys are facing is, let's say, drugs, or the number one problem is bullying. I bring in experts on that subject to talk to the boys, people who have been working in that field. An NGO dealing with drug abuse and rehabilitation, a speaker comes, so the head of that NGO comes to address the boys. When it comes to bullying, we have somebody from UP Health Sciences, a doctor, who also talks about, psychological issues. We have somebody from a sports NGO talking about the importance of sports and the importance of discipline in the boys' lives. And we have quite a few NGOs that specialize in GBV, fighting with GBV. So along the way, this weekend, for instance, we will do our 11th workshop. We do it once a month. at a township school, not only in Gauteng, but in Western Cape, Free State, and Eastern Cape. So when it comes to that day doing the workshop, we bring in lots of partners and sponsors who are curious about the project, who just want to observe. It is very important because later they want to partner with us. We don't need so many sponsors, but our main sponsor and partner is Kaiser Chiefs. Jessica Motong is a good friend, and she is helping with the catering. And it is very important for Kaiser Chiefs to give us a legendary football player to address the boys. That is the highlight of each event that we are doing, and it is around 50 boys each time. This weekend in Mayfair, it will be 100 boys. Next one in June, 14th of June, it will be in Free State. So each time we bring in catering also, lunch boxes by Kaiser Chiefs, and then we do others, we from AFCAF, of course. And I think it aligns with the purposes and targets of AFCAF SA. My dear brothers that I have worked with for already for 4 years. It aligns with their projects as well. So this is how we go along, and we grow with big foundations also, like Halema Motlante Foundation, Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation, you know, uh, big names who have been so experienced in, working with the youth.
Mm. Now, seeing that these sessions are focused on boys as well as young men, why, in addressing these topics of leadership and so forth, do you think it's important in the context of, a boy's development?
I think it is very important because we have a lot of single mothers in this country. We don't talk, by the way, we don't talk to the boys only. We have a separate session with the parents because there are many issues that the parents might be facing. There are many single mothers who are struggling, who don't have the time to really talk about, different moral values and, lots of stuff that we talk to the boys about. It is very important to inspire them, motivate them, give them a sense of purpose, and also talk to them and listen to them about the main issues they are facing. For instance, what I have observed is that in high schools and primary schools in South Africa, looks like bullying is a big thing, and cyberbullying is also a big problem, and for parents it becomes other stuff. Parental neglect is one issue, alcoholism, crime could be a big issue. So we have all these different sessions and different games we play with the boys also, in which during which we try to instill them the value systems that this country also has. And we, at the same time, we want to be monitored by the national and provincial government relevant departments, like Department of Social Development, Department of Basic Education, to be monitored. And we want to monitor those kids. We don't want to do it one time thing, you go to the school and come out and not follow up. So we want to go back to the same schools after 6 months or a year to follow up if there has been any impact, to do the impact analysis. And we would like other NGOs, other institutions to do the same. And there are many, many NGOs. We just need to coordinate, we just need to join forces with other NGOs working in the same field. We need to reach the boys and the men of this country, I think. Um, yeah, so I talk too much, sorry.
No, we're here for it. After all, it is about shaping the future and the current state of our country. But just moving along, and I'd like to just get from you in terms of the lessons that will be, imparted to the participants in question. What do you hope in that sense? How do you hope these conversations will impact the participants' lives and also the broader community?
So it is an act of, I think, at the end of the day, act of caring and love that we show. You know, we focus on the boys. We tell them there are these people. You know, we have on average 10 speakers, at least 10 speakers at each workshop. And we tell them, we are here for you. You can reach us anytime individually if you are facing certain problems. And this is just the beginning of a certain dialogue and relationship with you, to show to the boys and the parents that they are not alone. You know, to bring big, you know, famous motivational speakers like Billy Selekane in South Africa, for instance, or to bring big foundations to the schools, to the boys. I think that's also a sign for them that they are cared about and that they are important. They are the future leaders of South Africa. So what I mean is it's the mindset that we need to address in this country and in everywhere in the world. It's not specific to South Africa. I'm coming from a different country, coming from Turkey, where we also face problems of GBV. So it's about the humanity that we share. It's about the importance of men and boys in our lives, and it's about the importance of how we raise those boys. So to instill a value of gender equity, equality in society, and it has to start early. That's why we address boys from 6th to 8th grade, when they are still young. So we hope to have an impact, and there is always an impact, you know, because there are all these dreams that the boys have, and they might be feeling lonely, they might be feeling not supported. And these sessions are also very good for the teachers of the schools as well. We want them to listen, to be with us that day. And also we want the uh, you know, the students to feel the Ubuntu spirit once again, you know, in a group while we are connecting with them. And as I said, it's part of the Ubuntu spirit that we share in this country.
Hmm. Her Excellency, just to wrap up our conversation tonight, if I am watching as a stakeholder tonight, just tuning into our conversation, and would like to invite the session to take part in the school or community at large, how do I then go about doing so?
So we advertise it on the social media accounts. On our social media accounts, the speakers, the partners also do it. AFCAF SA should do it. Kaiser Chiefs should do it. So whenever we have an event, it's open to anyone who wants to come by and spend a few hours with us. The program, it's all on the, you know, on social media. So they can come this Saturday to that school in Mayfair, Imperial School, where we will have half a day of sessions with the boys, then a networking line, partner speakers who all come. So around 20, 30 people. It's good for networking, to meet the people in this space. Each time there are newcomers. Then in the afternoon, a separate session with the parents. So anybody is welcome to come and welcome to volunteer at our workshops.
Her Excellency, thank you so much for joining us this evening and us bracing, the challenges that we had through our connection. But Jazakallah so much for sharing in such a beautiful session with our viewers at home. And we just pray, hopefully, it continues to impact the lives of the young as well as the boys in our societies. Jazakallah so much. Viewers at Viewers at home, that was my conversation with Her Excellency Aysegul Kandas, sharing in an important session that will be taking place. Now, if you are interested and would like to be a part of it, this Saturday, 24th of May at the Bupilo Impilo Community School in Mayfair, that's where the session will be taking place. So you can make sure you go there and enjoy and really take up some notes and see how you can invite them in your community. But for now, that's where we close it off. Let's head over to a net break. We'll see you just shortly.